Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Daily English Studio, your go-to place to improve your English skills. I'm your instructor, and today we have a very special lesson for you. Today, I want to talk about a mindset that can change everything in your English journey. Stop waiting, start speaking. This simple idea can transform how you learn English and help you achieve fluency faster than you ever thought possible. I see so many students who spend months or even years studying grammar, memorizing words, watching videos, and listening to podcasts, but when it comes to actually speaking, they freeze. They become nervous and they can't use any of their knowledge. And guess what? This happens to even the smartest and most dedicated students. It's not about intelligence. It's about confidence. Confidence comes from practice, not from waiting. In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can start speaking from day one. You don't need to wait for anything. You don't need to know everything. And most importantly, you don't need to be perfect. But before we dive into these simple steps, let's explore why people wait to start speaking. Understanding these reasons can help you break free from the cycle of hesitation and take action. Let's begin with the number one reason. Reason number one, I need to learn more grammar first. Oh boy, I hear this all the time. Students think they need to study grammar books and learn every rule before they can start speaking. But guess what? Native speakers don't do that. They make mistakes all the time. The point of grammar is to help you communicate, not to be a grammar police. So my advice is this: focus on learning common grammar patterns and sentence structures, but don't get stuck in grammar study. Start speaking and let your grammar grow naturally. Think about it when you were a child. Did you wait to learn all the grammar rules of your native language before you started speaking? Of course not. You learn by doing, and the same applies to English. Reason number two, I don't have enough vocabulary. Ah yes, the vocabulary trap. Many students feel like they need a huge vocabulary to start speaking. But here's the news, you don't need thousands of words to have a conversation. You already know enough words to start talking. It's time to put those words to work. Don't wait until you have the perfect vocabulary. Start speaking with what you have. Your vocabulary will grow as you speak more. Think about it, how many words do you really need to order food at a restaurant, introduce yourself, or ask for directions? Not as many as you might think. Start small and build from there. Reason number three, I'm afraid of making mistakes. Well, this is a big one. Many students are so afraid of making mistakes that they never start speaking. But let me tell you something, everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. Mistakes are part of the learning process. They help you grow. If you're afraid of making mistakes, you'll never start speaking. And if you never start speaking, you'll never make mistakes. So my advice is embrace your mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Remember, every mistake is a step closer to fluency. Reason number four, I don't have a partner to practice with. Oh, some students think they need someone to practice with before they start speaking. But guess what? You don't need a partner. You can start speaking today, even if you're alone. I'll show you how later in this lesson. The truth is, there are so many ways to practice speaking on your own, and I'll share some of the best techniques with you in just a moment. So these are the four main reasons why people wait to start speaking. But let me ask you a question. When is the right time to start speaking? Is it when you feel 100% ready? No, that time doesn't exist. The right time to start speaking is right now. Don't wait for the perfect timing because it will never come. Start speaking and make your own timing. Now, let's talk about how you can start speaking from day one. Here are 5 simple steps to start speaking right now. Step number 1, speak to yourself. Yes, you heard that right. Start talking to yourself in English. It may sound weird, but trust me, it works. When you speak to yourself, you're training your brain to think in English. And believe me, this is a superpower. So how can you speak to yourself? Easy, just describe what you're doing, talk about your day, plan your tasks, make simple sentences. For example, you can say, today I'm going to the gym. I'm going to read a book, or tomorrow I will make a delicious dinner. See, it's easy. Just start talking. The more you do this, the more natural it will feel. When you speak to yourself, you're creating a safe space to practice. There's no judgment, no pressure, just you and your thoughts. This is incredibly powerful because it allows you to experiment with new words and phrases without fear. You can start with simple sentences like, I'm going to the store, or I need to finish my homework. As you get more comfortable, you can start describing your surroundings, your feelings, or even your plans for the future. The key is to keep it consistent. Make it a daily habit and you'll see progress faster than you think. Step number 2, use the 1-minute rule. Many students say, I don't have time to practice. But here's the truth, you can practice anytime, anywhere, even if you only have 1 minute. I call this the 1-minute rule. All you have to do is pick a simple topic and talk about it for 1 minute without stopping. For example, you can talk about your daily routine, your favorite food, your weekend plans. And don't worry about making mistakes or using fancy words. Just talk for 1 minute. And trust me, this will make a huge difference. Over time, you'll find that 1 minute turns into 2, then 5, and before you know it, you're speaking fluently. The 1-minute rule is all about consistency. It's not about how much time you spend practicing, but how often you do it. Even if you only have 1 minute, use it wisely. Choose a topic and talk about it. For example, you can talk about your favorite movie, your family, or your hobbies. The goal is to keep talking without stopping. This helps you build fluency and trains your brain to think in English. Over time, you'll find that 1 minute isn't enough, and you'll naturally want to speak for longer. Step number 3, shadowing. Now, let's talk about a powerful technique called shadowing. Shadowing is a great way to improve your fluency and accent. So how does it work? Simple. Find a video or podcast with a native speaker. Listen to them carefully and try to copy their pronunciation and intonation. For example, you can listen to this video and try to copy my pronunciation and intonation. Repeat this exercise every day. And trust me, it will change your speaking style. Shadowing helps you internalize the rhythm and flow of English, making it easier to speak naturally. Shadowing is a technique used by language learners all over the world. It's especially effective for improving pronunciation and intonation. When you shadow, you're not just repeating words, you're mimicking the rhythm and flow of the language. This helps you sound more natural when you speak. Start with short clips or sentences and gradually move on to longer passages. You can use videos, podcasts, or even songs. The key is to listen carefully and try to match the speaker's tone and pace. Step number 4, voice recording. We have another powerful tool, voice recording. When you record yourself speaking, you can listen back and identify areas for improvement. This is an excellent way to track your progress. So here's how it works. Choose a topic and talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. Then listen to the recording and look for areas where you can improve. This can be your pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary. And don't forget to compare your old recordings with your new ones. You'll be amazed at the difference. Recording yourself also helps you get used to the sound of your own voice in English, which can boost your confidence. Recording yourself is like holding up a mirror to your speaking skills. It allows you to hear your strengths and weaknesses clearly. When you listen back, pay attention to your pronunciation, grammar, and fluency. Are there words you struggle with? Are there sentences that sound awkward? Take note of these areas and work on them. Over time, you'll see a noticeable improvement in your speaking skills. Plus, it's a great way to track your progress and stay motivated. Step number 5, talk to AI assistants. Finally, let's talk about a fun and easy way to practice speaking, AI assistants. You can use Siri, Google Assistant, Alexa, or any other virtual assistant. They're available 24/7 and they're always ready to listen. So what can you do with them? Simple. Ask them questions and give commands. For example, you can say, "Hey Siri, what's the weather like today?" Or, "Hey Alexa, play my favorite song." And then you can respond in English. It's an excellent way to practice your speaking skills in a low-pressure environment. Plus, it's a great way to get instant feedback on your pronunciation. AI assistants are a fantastic resource for our language learners. They're always available and they're great for practicing everyday conversations. You can ask them questions, give them commands, or even have a casual chat. The best part is that they provide instant feedback. If they don't understand you, it's a sign that you need to work on your pronunciation. Use this as an opportunity to improve. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Now that you have these 5 powerful tools to start speaking English, let's address one of the biggest challenges: fear. Oh yes, I know speaking English can feel scary, especially if you're not used to it. But guess what? Fear is normal. Everyone feels scared when they're learning something new. But here's the truth. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. So what can you do to overcome your fear? Easy. Start speaking. Don't wait for the perfect time because it doesn't exist. Start speaking now and make your own time. And remember, mistakes are not bad. They're part of the learning process. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Learn from them and keep moving forward. And now I want to challenge you. I want you to start speaking today. Take your phone, find a quiet place, and talk for 1 minute, and then come back and share your experience with me. Tell me what you talked about and how you felt. Let's create a community of learners who support each other and celebrate progress, no matter how small. And here's a bonus tip for you. Remember, fluency is not about speaking perfectly. It's about being understood. So don't worry about using fancy words or complex grammar. Just speak from the heart and enjoy the process. The more you enjoy it, the faster you'll improve. Well, that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something new. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, what part of today's lesson did you find most helpful or interesting? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And turn on notifications so you won't miss out on future lessons. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.